Hi, and welcome back to danducation. It's 7:20 p.m. It's cold. I'm drinking a PBR. Let's go. Today we're talking about the PBR of music, drums. And more specifically, making electronic drums sound big and cool and not like a drum machine, but also kind of like a drum machine. But like they work in a mix for your rock and roll music rather than your EDMs. Let's get to it. So, as touched on in a previous episode of this season of danducation, a key to making things sound big, well, one of the keys anyway, it's a door with many locks, this music thing. One of the keys is layering. For my Dan music, I like to keep it fairly simple and usually just have two layers of drums. One is this fake Abbey Road drum kit. And another one is just some stock thing that sounds like samples, vinyl samples even. Yeah, real big. And what I do is I combine the electronic sounds with the acoustic samples. It sounds really nice. Let me show you. So here we've got just the acoustic kit, and then both of them together. I've set it up in such a way so that I have a little bit of reverb and a lot of room sound on the acoustic drums, so that they sound like you're in a big room. And the electronic drums are really dry, so they hit you like a drum. And when we hear them together, it's a sound that is punchy because the electronic drums, and natural sounding because of the acoustic drums. Now, for a bonus tip, Kontakt has this little thing in it called randomize. And if I turn it on, I can randomize the timing of all the hits. And it's like you have Ringo Starr or Lars Ulrich playing on your track. But if you dial it back, you get these subtle differences between the two different drum sets. Now you can do this with many different plugins in many different pieces of software, or if you actually record two different human drum performances, it's physically impossible for them to be exactly the same both times. So you'll get that. And that's just how sound happens. And for a bonus tip, here's how to make a really, really big bass sound. For this, I used the Korg MS-20 that I have over there, and I also used an electric bass guitar. And when they're both playing together, they sound like this. And you probably can't hear that because it's so low. And each of them by themselves are kind of big. That's the bass guitar, and that's the MS-20. But when they're together, they're different enough that they don't interfere, and they just become like a big thick bass sandwich. Delicious. And that's how to make things sound really thick and chunky and cool. I'm using cool a lot in danducation series too, because I'm cold, and I can't think of any better adjectives. See you next time.